Namaskar. We welcome you to the 12th episode of the series Udyamita Ki Or. This series is an initiative by National Center for Innovations in Distance Education. The aim is to foster a spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship among the students and faculty in the university. The program presents discussions in various entrepreneurial opportunities available in different sectors by the experts. The viewers are provided information about the existing innovations and startups in a particular area, the possible entrepreneurial opportunities and funding opportunities available in that area. So far, we have had sessions on innovation and entrepreneurship opportunities in allied biological sciences, poultry sector, waste management, food processing, disability sector, artificial intelligence, healthcare, tourism sector, and environmental sciences. In today's session, we will be discussing the innovation and startup opportunities in urban planning and development. We have with us Professor Nihal A. Farooqui, Director, School of Extension and Development Studies, IGNOU. He has more than 20 years of experience in the area and has worked in various national level organizations such as Center for Science and Environment, New Delhi, and G.B. Pant Institute of Himalayan Environment and Development. Sir has worked in various projects on various areas of Himalayan environment and development, such as natural resource management, forest-related issues, high-altitude societies, drinking water, sanitation, rural development, traditional knowledge systems, and governance. He is also involved in many innovative initiatives in the university. We welcome you, sir, to this session. We also have with us Dr. O.P. Sharma, Director, NCIDE, IGNOU, an expert in the area of innovation and startups. We welcome you, sir, to this session.
Thank you.
We are pleased to have such eminent experts with us in the session. Now, coming to the topic of discussion, it is being noticed that the fields of urbanism and entrepreneurship are converging. This has introduced a new wave of creativity and innovation in the development of sustainable and vibrant cities. Entrepreneurs are stepping in to help cities meet the needs of their rising populations. These urban entrepreneurs use innovative solutions to tackle challenges triggered by rapid urbanization and drive the expansion of smart cities. These startups and entrepreneurships are helping the smart cities grow their digital capability in infrastructure and other public services. Three main areas are emerging and they are gaining prominence. These areas are development of sustainable environment, sustainable entrepreneurial ecosystems, entrepreneurial smart cities, and entrepreneurial solutions for sustainable urban growth. In this scenario, we also notice that urban tech is an emerging area in this field. It uses technology as a means to address the needs and wants of the growing urban population. There are numerous urban tech examples that continue to change lives. There are some which stand out, not just for their relevance but also for their scalability and replicability. There are a number of Indian startups also which are helping to build a more resilient economy by improving the quality of life in cities that contribute more than 60% of India's GDP. And moreover, artificial intelligence firms are also now acting as urban innovation accelerators that provide advanced technology solutions and creative approaches to difficult issues that urban areas are confronting. So to further take this discussion further, I would now request Professor Farooqui to tell us more about the areas where innovative solutions are required.
Thank you, Dr. Sujata. Now, before we start our discussion on the topic mentioned, I would like to give you a brief understanding about the urbanization in India in general and urbanization worldwide, so that one can correlate with the issues for which we are gathered here today. Now, you all know that India is the second largest urban system in the world, and urbanization is the rate at which urbanization is happening. It is considered, it is thought that in very nearby, very future, very soon it will overtake and it will become the fastest urban systems in the world. Now, before I go further into detail, I would like to give few statistical data so that one can correlate and one can understand that what is the rate of urbanization and what are the main cities where urbanization is. Although we know, but with quantitative understanding, things becomes more clear for our discussion. Now, at present, India's urban population varies from 33 to 35%. The total urban population is very high. So why, when the population of urban in a small area has become so big, out of 140 crore population, if 33% has become urbanized, and we know that urban centers are very limited, and the entire urban population, entire urban process is scattered and is limited to only 7,000 cities. So in India, there are only 7,000 cities, and this 35% population of India is residing in these 7,000, and out of these 7,000, there are 53 cities, where these are metropolitan cities, where population is more than 1 crore. So that means in a small area, the density of population is very high. Now people have to fend, people have to grapple, people have to face a number of challenges while staying in a small area, that is the urban areas. Now, before we start further, that there is a program in this university called PG Diploma in Urban Planning and Development. Now, this particular program was launched in 2010, and later on it was upscaled to Masters in Urban Studies. Now, this program tries to give you a basic understanding of urbanization, urban issues which are there. Now, it has 6 courses in the first year, that is in the PG diploma, and another 5 courses in the second year. Now, these courses give you a wide understanding. It talks about what are the major issues of urbanization, what are the problems that is there in the urban cities, and likewise, it also has few electives which gives you the urbanization, history of urbanization in India, and urban governance, urban management, urban finances. So these are the major heads under which this entire course is spread, and it is for discussion's sake, let's take the major issue. Today, we all know that there are 2 cities, that is Hyderabad and Bangalore, which is called IT cities in India, IT sector. Now, these 2 cities catch more news and limelight because there is an issue called urban primacy. Now, I would like to give you some understanding about urban primacy so that during course of our discussion, our viewers, our students can think of possible solution how to tackle this urban primacy and what are the likely issues which will come if these urban primacy issue is not tackled. Now, urban primacy is that the city, a particular city in a state, when it grows so much that the second next big city in that particular state has very less number of population. I'll give you example of Hyderabad. Hyderabad, the next city of Telangana, erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, is Warangal. And the population of Hyderabad is 9 times more than Warangal. So you can imagine that a city has become so prime that The other cities, they go on the backdrop. They are seen and felt by the people in the state. Now, what are the issues that comes because of urban primacy, and what are the factors that pull population to the city of Hyderabad? A number of factors, we try to understand that what are the factors that contribute to urban primacy. So factors may be availability of roads, availability of infrastructure, availability of railway. Then another important factor is availability of micro, small and medium enterprise opportunities. So this particular factor is considered a very important factor for pulling the entire population to this city. Now, second city is Bangalore. Now, there also, the urban primacy in Bangalore is also of the similar kind, but slightly less. Here also 8.9 times. Bangalore is bigger than the next city, that is Hubli in Dharwad. So that means there also the planners, the people, the government has to think that the opportunities are also spread in other parts of the state, in other cities, so that population does not concentrate in one or two cities, it gets spread up. Today we hear from the news that Bangalore is facing severe water crisis. It is there in news. Now this is because of urban primacy. If we don't tackle this issue of urban primacy, if we don't build infrastructure, give opportunities to other areas, especially MSME, micro, small and medium enterprise opportunities, population will not melt. It will not spread, it will not percolate, it will not disperse, it will not go to other cities. So planners, dear students, dear enterprise development thinkers, and we all have to think and discuss on this. So I will leave for a while here and open it for discussion with our esteemed panelists, and then we can think that what are the other ways in which we can address this issue of urban primacy.
Whenever a student or a budding entrepreneur or a budding innovator, he looks into an area, he wants or thinks of doing something in that area, he will look for the gap areas where some innovative solution can be provided, and which is the need of the hour. So Dr. Sharma, could you please suggest such areas in this field of urban development, urban planning and development, where such areas or gaps are existing, where the students can look out for solution and build a future out of it? And by
Sure. In fact, Professor Farooqi has highlighted certain issues. Urban primacy is one very important aspect that leads to several problems and challenges and issues related to urban development and planning. And that is the reason mainly for traffic congestion, we can say. Traffic congestion in all these metro cities and bigger cities, that is increasing day by day, we can say. True. So when we talk about the innovation in a startup, I think we need to find solutions for that. Similarly, parking issue is there, parking of vehicles. When the number of vehicles is increasing because of many reasons, we need to address these all. So there are certain number of challenges and issues and even the gap areas which we can highlight. Environmental pollution is one big such issue, because of many reasons, increasing the population, increasing the congestion of traffic, vehicles and other day by day construction of the buildings. Environmental pollution is also increasing. That requires to be addressed, and some innovative solutions are required in that context. And that is leading to the increased amount of the waste management. Right. Waste, all types of waste, construction waste, you can say the electronic waste, you can see the household waste, you can see the municipality waste. Many types of waste are being generated, and a very large amount of waste is being generated. So there is a need to find some solutions, innovative solutions for that purpose. And because of these vehicles and increased number of industries, small scale industries in the urban areas, lot of noise pollution is also there. what kind of solutions we can think of so that this noise pollution is not affecting the general public. Particularly if you see the main roads also, the traffic is too much, and then the people living in the surroundings of those. Can we think of some solutions so that these pollution, the noise pollution, is not affecting them? Different kind of materials could be. We have seen, particularly in Delhi, there are certain places where a certain kind of that artificial walls or the walls of some synthetic material, they are being erected, and then that reduces the noise pollution up to some extent. So a number of innovations are taking place in that context also. Another great problem because of this urbanization is the power, electric power supply, power supply, electric power management, and also the appropriate use of this power. And there are many times we have seen there are the theft of the power also. So we need to think of innovative solutions where these all kind of things could be reduced or minimized. Similarly, as the urbanization is increasing, number of flyovers, bridges, these all things are being constructed, and they have certain life, and after certain life they need to be maintained, monitored properly. What time, what kind of fault is taking place in a particular bridge or particular flyover, that need to be identified. Who will identify it? Some innovator, somebody who is devising certain kind of solutions so that these all things could be identified. That is the gap area, or we can say the challenge faced by the urbanization. Water scarcity, you have very well highlighted, particularly in case of Bangalore. We have been seeing that water scarcity is one of the greatest news in the newspaper over the last few months. The reason is the urbanization, but we cannot stop that. We will have to find solution for that. What kind of solutions could be there? It may be the recycling of the wastewater, recycling of the used water, or harvesting the rainwater. What kind of things could be done so that the water level is not going down, water scarcity is reduced, minimized. Similarly, in urban areas, you will find the space problem also for the new house construction, because the people are migrating toward the urban cities, but this space is less, space is limited. That's why you can the two cities you have highlighted, Hyderabad and Bangalore, they have expanded so much. Their size is almost 9 times bigger than the next one. So the reason is the space is limited, and people are migrating to them, to these cities. So what kind of solution we can think of? Because of that, what is happening? The vertical rise of the buildings, the vertical cities kind of concept has come. That is happening. And another thing in urban cities, when we talk about the urbanization, that is the jhuggi jhopdi or this kind of cluster are being created. For them, certainly the affordable housing is required, which is cost effective, which is eco-friendly, or also having less space. So these are the areas, gap areas, where these innovations are required. And you can see we are increasing the houses, we are increasing the construction, the space is being occupied for these kind of things. So the green area, the plantation area is decreasing. How to take care of that? How to minimize that so that the plantation is not reduced too much, green area is sufficient, because without green area, without plants, without these forests, how people can survive? Because of that, what is happening? The heat or the temperature, particularly in the urban areas, is higher than the temperature in the nearby rural or village areas. So these all things are happening.
Even proper maintenance of the water bodies is also very important.
Yes, in fact, maintenance is one issue, but you will see in urban areas water bodies are being covered by the people for the construction of their houses. So that is a problem. So we need to safeguard those water bodies also, and secondly, not only safeguard, but we need to increase them. because otherwise there will be very difficult to sustain in the urban areas. Another very important issue, the challenge, that is people are migrating from the rural areas or villages. There they are used to live in a society, in a different kind of environment, but when they come in the urban areas, they find it difficult to engage themselves with other people, because either the people are not known to them or they are not finding the like-minded people. Several kind of problems are coming across them. They are facing the problem of isolation, they are getting depressed also. So this kind of civic engagement is also an area where a lot of attention is required. Some special spaces need to be created where the people, particularly the elderly people, they can come, they can interact with each other, so that these mental issues are not increased. Similarly, we can say the social inequality. You see, in urban areas, at one place you will find very high-rise, very costly buildings, and these all people are living who are having a good, that we can say the well-to-do kind of things, and there are other people nearby who are having they are very poor. So this kind of inequalities are also giving rise to the urbanization. So these all issues need to be addressed when we talk about the innovation, and for that purpose certain number of startups, maybe for the civic engagement, maybe for the water scarcity, maybe for the waste management, and these all things are coming up.
Very rightly you pointed out the urban ecological issues. This is the first and foremost. See, urbanization cannot be stopped, because urbanization is the growth, it is the engine of growth and development. So all the economy, it runs all the GDP that is generated in urban area. So when we cannot stop urbanization, but we can certainly disperse urban areas, we can spread the urbanization concentration from one city to another city. Now, urban ecological issues, very rightly pointed out by Dr. Sharma, that the depletion of green belts, recession of groundwater, loss of biodiversity, and lack of open space for engagement and for what you can say for percolation of or recharging of groundwater. If there is open space in case of rain, that charges the groundwater. So these are some of the. So we have to think that in what way we can understand, we can document the biodiversity of a particular urban area. Now, biodiversity, urban plantation, if it is done by not considering the local ecology, local biodiversity, so it will be all the avenue plantation. People try to import or try to plant a plant which is more, either the canopy of the tree is very big, it provides very good shade, or it is a fruit yielding tree, or it is a flower yield giving tree. But we have to consider the biodiversity, the natural land races, the plants which can grow in that ecological condition. Such plants should be considered and should be promoted for green belt in the area. Now, if students and if innovators, they start documenting the biological diversity in their stay area, in their residential area, wherever they stay, that if they try to document that how many types of grasses, how many types of shrubs, how many types of plants, how many types of trees were there and are gradually depleting without being noticed by fast life of urban people. So then it can be, if we document the loss of biodiversity, some positive steps can be taken up to again regrow or to regenerate that loss of biodiversity. Very rightly pointed out by Dr. Sharma that water is the major problem, and Dr. Sujata also said that all the rivulets, all the water channels, they have been stopped. People have made houses, roads, slums have come up in those areas. So because of that, there is a flooding. On the one hand, the water which used to flow to the river side and recharge the river beds, that is not happening. It is causing flood. Even if there is a small amount of rain, it is getting flooded. So and that flood causes environmental issues, pollution, water pollution, then environmental pollution, and again health issues will come accordingly. So in our own small ways, our dear respected students can think that what are the ways in which we can, without thinking very big, we can think of some innovation in these areas. Second area, Dr. Sharma very rightly said, was traffic. Now, traffic management is a big issue in all these. Bangalore, it is said that there is a bumper-to-bumper traffic. When it is very difficult to moving from one place to another place, minimum 2 to 3 hours it takes in Bangalore city. And that is the only city which is earning bread and butter of livelihood for so many people, and it cannot be, we cannot roll it back. So we have to think for some innovation. I was reading in one of the magazine that in few cities of the world, like one state is that one country, Norway, they have banned all the diesel and petrol vehicle. So there is no pollution from the petrol and diesel vehicle. Only electric vehicles can ply on the roads in Norway city, all the cities of the Norway. So that is one innovation. Similarly, we can also think that all the traffic lights, if some artificial intelligence, if those lights, they also have cameras, if they detect that what is a particular old person wants to cross the road, and they immediately it gives a red signal so that people can cross, or kids can cross the road, and again it starts. So this automatic system of management can be thought. So people from this area can think that in what ways innovations can be done, so to make the life easy and to smooth the traffic congestion, traffic flow in such cities where there is a huge population. Pollution, as we discussed, of all kinds, that has to be reduced at local level. So instead of thinking big, if city, state transport, public transport system is strengthened, if certain areas we don't allow on certain days private transport, only public transport will ply on those areas. So that way at least crowd will also come down, the number of vehicles will come down, pollution will come down, people will learn to walk and take cycle on those days. So these are the innovative thought I am inciting the dear scholars and students. You can think in these ways how we can reduce the pollution, we can tackle the issue of transport, parking also, and accordingly we can go. Another very good problem was that in urban areas, people go under depression because they don't interact with fellow persons of like-minded people. There is no other place where they can go and sit. All the open space, the parks, the football grounds, those areas are always overcrowded. So that is also a big issue, how to rejuvenate, how to reinculcate that safety, concept of safety in the people, so that they can come out openly, sit, exchange, or there are parks within a residential area and in other areas also. So these are some of the issues we think that we can think for either from the management or from the innovation point of view to tackle these issues.
We will take a short break and will join after the break. We welcome you back to this discussion. So, as our experts were highlighting, that entrepreneurs, whether individuals or startup companies, often identify untapped opportunities and develop creative solutions to urban challenges. By applying the principles of entrepreneurship, urban planners can explore new ideas, collaborate with diverse stakeholders, and embrace a more agile and adaptive approach to city development. So, let us learn more about some more areas of innovation where startups can be built up.
In fact, we were talking about the traffic congestion, traffic management. In cities, in urban areas, this is a big problem. And for that purpose, you might have seen smart traffic lights are there. When we talk about the traffic signals, there are traffic lights which basically assess the traffic density before that red light, and then accordingly they take decision and then direct the light to happen. So this kind of innovations are taking place, and in many urban cities these have been installed also, and very effectively they are working. Similarly, you might have seen the case of parking also. There is a problem of parking, particularly in societies where people are having more than one vehicle. So what is happening now, the vertical parking system are there. They are being run by the electric motors, and then more than one vehicle can be parked in one particular area, only one above other. This kind of things are happening. And we have seen particularly in metro cities, there are certain areas where multiple parking lots are also being created by the municipal corporations, by some other private companies also. Even in Delhi, I have seen some cases, some places where such parking lots have been created by the private companies. They are basically the startups. They are the startups who are managing the parking of the vehicles in public places. Similarly, when we talk about, you were talking about the ecological restoration. For that purpose also, I have seen a number of startups. They are coming up with ideas of vertical gardening, vertical agriculture, and vertical multiple kind of things are taking place, not only for the purpose of gardening, but for the fruit purpose, vegetables, and also I have seen in some examples of fisheries also for that purpose. Because the space is less, and so we'll have to move upward. We cannot go horizontally because of the problem. So, and this kind of challenges and this kind of problems, they give us an idea how we can address the problems. So, problem of traffic, problem of this parking. Similarly, you gave an example of that elderly people not finding the like-minded people to pass their time, to discuss with other people. So what is happening? There are certain initiative by the people who are creating this kind of setup where the people are brought and they are discussing, they are giving library facility, they are giving internet, they are giving different kind of games also. Under one roof, many kind of things are taking place so that people are engaging themselves. They are not feeling depressed, they are not feeling mentally upset. So these all things are giving rise to the startups and innovations. And not only that, when we talk about the traffic problems, in that case you will see to minimize the use of the vehicles, particularly the four-wheelers, what is happening in main cities, this public transport is being increased, and in addition to that, point to point, last mile connectivity arrangement are also being made, either by running the small sharing vehicles or by providing the e-bikes or e-scooters, so that kind of things. But we cannot stop ourselves there only. We'll have to go beyond that. Beyond that means we'll have to think of micro level connectivity. What kind of micro level connectivity we can think? That is an area where innovation is required. Similarly, we talk about the power grid also. You might have seen in Delhi, there are now small transformers nearby almost every house. what is happening there? There is the microgrid kind of distribution of the power, and these electric meters, they are also being customized accordingly as per the individual person's need. So these are the areas where a lot of innovation is required, maybe in the field of traffic management, maybe in the electric power supply, and in that context, number of new technologies are coming up. New technologies for example, for the purpose of delivery of certain things. For the delivery of food or delivery of medicine from one place to another place, there is presently one way is to go by using the bike or scooter. But now what is happening, newer ways are, innovations are there, drones are being used for that purpose. So for supply of delivery of the food or delivery of the medicine or similar kind of things, drone delivery is being tried out in urban cities. Similarly, you can see the infrastructure management is also very important aspect. At what place that potholes are there, gaddas are there in the roads, and those all things, to identify all those things, the technology is being used. Number of apps are there. You can also put the information on that particular app, and then information will go to the related municipality or the concerned authorities. AI and robotics are being used for the purpose of identifying the faults in the bridges, in the flyovers. Sensors are being used because once you construct the flyover or the footover bridges, it is very difficult to find the faults on regular basis. So what is happening now, newer technologies are being used, artificial intelligence, robots, sensors, they are being used so that we can identify where is the fault, so that in the starting we are able to manage that. Otherwise, if something unwanted happens, then number one, that can lead to a very dangerous kind of thing. Secondly, that will require a lot of money to be spent also. That's why preventive kind of monitoring that is being done in the cities, in the urban areas. In that context, a lot of innovations are taking place. AI and computer vision, they are being used for the waste management, because what is happening, the people's tendency has become that to give the waste in a one go, all the waste in one dustbin. So to segregate that, what is happening now, different kind of systems have been created. They are using the AI and the computer vision to segregate them. We have a call from Deepika Gupta. She is our startup initiator. So Dr. Deepika, yes, Dr. Deepika, you kindly tell about yourself.
Okay, sir. I am Dr. Deepika Gupta. I am the director of IGNOU Day Solution Private Limited. I was founded my company in 2017. This is an urban development and planning company, and I have completed more than 20 projects in pan-India level, and I have doing very much in this field, and I have already alumni of IGNOU, and this is very good opportunity to me to connect with IGNOU due to respect with Om Prakash sir. So that's my introduction, sir.
Dr. Deepika, you tell about your startup. What are the initiatives that you have taken, particularly when we talk about the urban planning and development? What innovative features your startup has?
Actually, sir, I have seen many opportunity in the urban development field for the agile startup. We have introduced an app for the survey of the whole state of Tripura in the project Urban Homeless Survey of Urban Homeless in Tripura State, and also for the property tax projects in the Devas in MP for the 88,000 houses. So, because I have already completed 10 master plan, and I have introduced some innovation in the master plans due to the because planning field is very diversity in the big field. So that I have introduced many innovation and things, but we have to also follow the rules of the government. So we have also introduced many rules and regulation of the
Dr.
government.
Deepika,
And also
Dr.
Okay,
Deepika,
sir.
can you suggest some areas of innovation for our students where they would like to work? Based on your experience, some areas where our students can do some innovation or startups?
Okay. In the field of GIS, in the field of planning, and in the field of sanitation, because we have already completed a solid waste management project and sanitation project, so there is a big opportunity for the startups, student, and for the in the field of solid waste management. So I think this is the very big field for the startups. For the zero waste agenda, so we have also working in this field for 5 cities in the MP and also in UB. So this is a big opportunity for our startups to introduce itself in a solid waste management field.
Good. Thank you very much, and keep on doing this kind of innovative work. You are doing wonderful service to the society, and we are proud that you are our student also. So thank you very much for connecting with us. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
In fact, what she has highlighted, zero waste kind of societies or RWAs. I know there are certain areas where zero waste colonies are being set up, because whatever waste is coming out of those colonies or residential areas, that is either being used there, reused there, recycled there, or that is generating some wealth in terms of revenue. For example, if you say from household, what kind of waste is being created? Some is the bio waste. In those societies, bio waste is being converted into compost khal. So that is being used for horticulture or gardening and other things. And many times, if they are creating it more than the required, they are earning money also. Second kind of waste that we see, that is the solid waste, paper, some plastics and some metallic kind of waste, and these all things are being given to the kabadi wala, and then also they are getting revenue. So that way, what is happening from certain residential areas, no waste is coming out of the gate of that society. So this kind of initiatives many societies are taking, and I think these are the innovative initiatives in urban areas, and they are not only reducing the problem, but they are earning money also. So that is one area. And I was just talking about the use of artificial intelligence and computer vision and other technologies in waste management. That is now coming up, picking up fast, because many things are coming with the help of technology. We have another call from Jagannath Das, so I will like to take call. Yes, Jagannath Das, you introduce yourself. And yes,
Good afternoon, viewers, and it's my pleasure for having the opportunity to interact with the respected panelist. Myself, Jagannath Das Vaishnav from Kolkata, and I'm a student of IGNOU. I have done PG Urban Planning and Development as well as Smart City Development and Management courses. I am having my own entrepreneurial ventures on sustainable real estate at one platform to accelerate inclusive and sustainable growth in urban development and real estate sector that benefit the industry, environment and communities. Our umbrella brand known as Prop One, which is a single platform for widely used real estate services, that is from planning of a property, property search, property transaction, sustainable construction, retrofitting, renovation and property management as well. Our sustainable processes and offerings help to reduce carbon footprint on real estate services and adding values into modern urban life. We have already launched few of our services and working towards betterment of it. Our improved services are for smart citizens and for smart, more greener urban life. We are partnered with several organizations to promote smart and green buildings for sustainable urban development. We are working towards our mission to make urban real estate more sustainable, affordable, and available for Viksit Bharat. Under the Startup Mentorship Program of IGNOU NCIDE team, we are making our startup more organized and impactful over the years. Our startup was conferred in IDEA competition 2022 and as an Innovation Awardee 2023 by IGNOU. We have also participated in Udyamita exhibition 23 organized by NCIDE IGNOU in the main campus at New Delhi. We are continuously learning, relearning and enriching ourselves as a part of IGNOU NCIDE startup ecosystem.
Yes. Continue, Jagannath.
तो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट जो है सर हमारा स्टार्टअप जो इन टर्म्स ऑफ अर्बन प्लानिंग में वी आर डिलीवरिंग दैट इज ग्रीन एंड सस्टेनेबल कंस्ट्रक्शन और upgrading existing building in the green standard for lower carbon footprint for individual property owners. अभी तो large scale में बहुत लोग कर रहे हैं but individual property owners के लिए small level पे वो service available नहीं है इंडिया में, which we are trying to develop and we are also already starting delivering services towards
Very
that.
nice. I think you are doing a good job in the field of urban development, and this is a good example that you are talking about the green buildings and because when we talk about the urban development and urban planning, this is a big problem because space is less and then problems are there, so we'll have to go for the smart building, green building, and which are not only cost effective but eco-friendly also. So that particularly you are doing the work that is a personalized or individualized kind of structure you are providing, isn't that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So,
we are also
that's a good innovation.
Creating green building from scratch,
Yes.
as well as we are upgrading existing building into the green standards.
Very nice, Jagannath. Keep it up, and we are proud of you that you are IGNOU student. So that way, Professor Farooqi, we can see many of our students are doing innovation and startup in the field of urban planning and development, and fortunately, both of these students are your student of your program.
In fact, it was eye-opening when you said that two of students from PGDU PDL, they are already involved into innovation activities. I didn't know much about them, but you have enrolled them and you have taken their...
I'm sure there will be many more such students, and we would like to request them come forward, connect with us, and then we would like to not only mentor you, guide you, but would like to promote you in the same way as we have promoted two of our students on this national platform. So that is the situation of our students.
Yes, definitely.
Dr. Sharma, two service providers, they have really revolutionized the service system in India, especially in the context of urban planning, urban issues. One is Ola, Uber, and the other is Blinkit and Swiggy and Zomato. These two service providers, this kind of innovation, which connects to a larger mass of people, it provides opportunities. If one can think into these terms, it will make the life in urban areas slightly easy. It will conserve energy. It will save time. At the same time, provide opportunity for young unemployed people too. So you can think into these terms, and accordingly, some innovation, some new ideas will crop in.
In fact, another very important initiative, that is the electrical vehicles. But Ola, Uber, and another is company that's Blue something.
Blue Smart.
They have launched completely electrical vehicles, and when we talk about the pollution, so we can say they are creating minimum pollution in terms of carbon emission.
Right.
So that is an initiative that will help in urban planning. And this kind of planning is required when we talk about the planning of the roads, planning of the buildings, planning of other bodies, planning of the public properties. All that is also very much required. When we talk about the roads particularly, in many cities I have seen there are very dedicated space for the pedestrians, for the cycling purpose, and no one other person can go in that.
Right.
So is that kind of planning not required in our
It is
country?
certainly required. You see, that's what I started with urban primacy. If we go to Kerala, out of total 53 metro cities, Kerala has 7 metropolitan cities. We didn't know. We know only that Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, Chennai, Hyderabad and Pune. We know only these handful of. But Kerala has 7 metropolitan cities. And Kerala is the only state in India which has maximum number of 5-star hotels. This is also news to me. But I checked it. It is there. It has 58 5-star hotels. Next is Maharashtra. And third is New Delhi. And fourth. So that way, now why? Now that is because of urban primacy. They have spread the growth of city into different direction. Kollam, Kennur, Kazikode, Kochi, Trivandrum. Now these cities have not been, they are not concentrated in one or two area. They are spread over. So they have more 5-star hotels. They have more metropolitan cities, and pollution is less. Greenery is there. So that's why similar kind of planning should be done, so that there is no concentration of people in one or two cities. It gets spread out, and it gives opportunities also to. So I thought that I will share this.
So
that should be, I think.
So new requirements are coming up, new possibilities are coming up, and this requires an innovative mindset for exploration of unconventional solutions for the problems which are existing or emerging now because of new urbanization and all.
Yeah.
In fact, we should be sensitive towards the problems of the society, problems faced by the people, particularly when we talk about the urban cities. There are other problems also, like you see a lot of street lights are there. Lights are on the roads, main roads are there. Many times they keep on during the daytime also. So there is a need for automatic switching on, switching off, and also the intensity of the light. At many places, this kind of systems have been arranged, but they need to be installed almost all places. That will not only save the electricity, but also will be cost effective and saving the money for the country. So that kind of initiatives are required.
Similarly, use of solar energy in big cities to reduce on the carbon footprint. If policies are there to go for more individual rooftop installation of solar panels, so that a household which can generate so much energy for its domestic consumption. So that kind of initiative is already there by Government of India, but we don't know about it. So those who can afford, those who have houses in this kind of houses, they should come forward and make it an example.
In fact, government has initiated this scheme, but in that also a lot of innovations are required, because government is supporting to install that kind of solar panels on your rooftop, but they should be cheaper. They should be taking less space, and those all things. For that purpose, innovations are required.
Right. Though more private companies, more minds should be put in.
Startups are taking place for that.
Very
also.
true. Very true. To decrease the cost of production of these solar panels and to utilize it in a more scientific way, so that the loss is also very less.
Even for the rainwater harvesting also in urban areas, there are regulations, norms are there. Government also, I think, they encourage people to install this rainwater harvesting system, but people are not aware of that.
In fact,
they are not having that kind of arrangement or system, so that they can easily install those things.
Right.
So that, I think, is an area where a number of startups and some innovations can come up.
Yeah.
Similarly, there is another area, that is smart homes. Internet of Things have come in the homes. Automation in the homes is there, and AI is being used there. So a lot of innovations are taking place in those areas. Even one of our student, Kunal, he has tried to develop a home automation system without using the internet.
Right.
So that kind of innovations are required, and once you come with innovative idea, that will be certainly leading to a entrepreneurship or a startup also, when you talk about the commercialization of that particular startup.
Very true.
So there is not just real estate companies, construction companies, or solar energy firms, but there is need for urban agriculture technologies and such as vertical farming, as Dr. Sharma pointed out, and also hydroponics, and then civic engagement platforms are required, intelligent waste management systems are required, and also solutions are required for proper sanitation, water harvesting. So n number of possibilities are there which need to be explored.
In fact, I would like to highlight here that when agriculture comes, the only agriculture in our mind is rural agriculture.
Yes.
But urban agriculture is a very good opportunity. Hydroponics is a very good opportunity. So you very rightly said, we can discuss later.
So now it is time to conclude the session. We thank our eminent experts for being with us and sharing such interesting and insightful ideas with us, and we also thank our viewers for joining. Thank you so much.
Thank you.